from Washington. Peter, I know history is being made. What is the history that's being made?
This is a big moment for Angela Merkel and for President Obama. This was a previously scheduled visit for the Chancellor here to Washington. It comes now at this critical juncture in the crisis in Ukraine. And there is a division right now between the United States and Germany and other European nations over exactly how to handle Vladimir Putin going forward. There is this push within the U.S. government, particularly members of Congress, to arm the Ukrainians. And the decision will be made by the president after not only this meeting, but the conversations, I'm told, in Minsk as to whether or not the United States will take that step. The president may be more reluctant than many members of his own administration.
Peter, define arm the Ukrainians. Is this sending tanks and guns? Is it bringing in our troops? Is it doing it through NATO? What does that phrase mean?
It can mean a whole host of things, Tom, and that's why the president has some more flexibility here. A lot of people are talking, for example, about anti-tank weapons, lethal defensive assistance, the kind of stuff that can kill Ukrainian separatists and perhaps even the Russians who are backing them as well. It would be a major escalation on the part of the United States to give some of that material to the Ukrainians. But the reality is that the president could decide to give more modest arms at this point and maybe dole it out over time, escalate it just as if the crisis were to escalate further as well. So he has some options here. It's not all about one simple decision and all of a sudden arming the Ukrainians in a way we haven't done previously.
Peter, the pageantry of a summit can say a lot about the nature of the relationship between the two countries. You know, is there a state dinner? Is there not a state dinner? Is there an address to Congress? What about the schedule that the two of them have over the next day? What does that say about the relationship between the U.S. and Germany right now?
What it says is that this was a business meeting from the start, Brendan, and it's still a business meeting, only the business has been escalated substantially. She's here. Private talks, about 4 hours in all. She got here last night, and then they're going to have a press conference. They're going to air whatever differences there may be in public, or they're more likely going to smooth over those differences and suggest that there still is unity. This is a president who has great respect for Angela Merkel. Of all the world leaders, she's right there near the top of the list in terms of someone that the president looks to for advice and counsel on things happening in Europe and around the world. They have a good relationship. That relationship will be put to the test today. We will see it play out on camera.
Yeah, Peter, and to Brendan's point, of course, they do have a good relationship. We can't forget that there was this whole scandal over U.S. intelligence officers tapping the German Chancellor's phone. I wonder if all of that has been patched up. Peter, though, my question is simply about timing. Are we likely to see the president make a decision today, or will he wait until the Minsk conference on Wednesday?
I can't imagine that the president would make a decision today, at least, and that's the information I'm getting from U.S. officials as well. The president wants to hear what Angela Merkel has to say. She met with Putin directly. He wants information before he makes his decision. Remember, you've also got the possibility of sanctions out there as well as a short-term step, but it seems pretty clear to me the president will at least give Angela Merkel through the Minsk meeting before making any decision on further arming the Ukrainians.
Peter Cook, thank you so much from Washington.